Well, Ian, 3 points this afternoon. Tell us about that one.
It's a much better feeling. We had a terrible week, didn't we, with what has happened to us, and it didn't get any better until today. Excuse me. It's I feel really emotional. I must admit, we've had to go. We're going to have to switch style and make sure that we pass, we move, and it's not an easy thing to do. But in fairness to them, they didn't play that we practiced for. So what was pleasing for me, it was a different press that they gave us, that their front people were going to press us in a different way. And we got a load of young people. We were going to do it one way, and we had to quickly change, and I talked through it in the dressing room. So for them to do that as well as we did in the first 30, 40 minutes was so pleasing for me. Honestly, it's one of my favourite ever games, although, yeah, we let a goal in, but we still managed to show some character and come back. The subs came on and made a difference, and one of them scored. So I'm delighted, because I feel for Shrewsbury. I watched them in the week. They were much better than the scoreline in games. And the start of these seasons, it's so difficult to get what you need and what you deserve. And there's no flow, and there's this. But that was as tough a game as we're ever going to have. And I'm delighted we managed to nick it in the end, because it could have gone either way. But I thought some of the football we played was excellent, and we missed far too many chances. But that'll come once people get used to where we're going. And we had a 15-minute spell where we didn't drop off, we didn't throw it, we got our throw-ins, and we're just throwing it down the line. We can't do that anymore. We have to try and keep the ball as much as we can to move them around, to get it to our forwards when they haven't got big galoots all over them. So absolutely delighted with the score and some of the play, and with that team. I out of all my over 1,000 games, I have to say I think this is the one that's pleased me the most, because we haven't really got a lot of young men in there, and we haven't really had enough time to change and deal with the fact that we've had a terrible week. To be honest with you, it's got even worse. Harrison Minton got an injury the other day. We didn't know what it was, and now we've had that scanned, and that's an ACL. So that boy's devastated as well. And then a day after, Harry's lost his nan as well. So, mate, we've had a bad few days, but that's really cheered me up.
Before we talk about the game and the goal, you talk there about how difficult of a week it's been for the group, and particularly looking at the group, it's a very young group as well. In that changing room, how important is a game like today, 3 points like today, for the unity in the changing room as well?
It's vital for all of us. Absolutely vital. And to see the fight that we had, and to see when I kept shouting, let's play, we got to play, I want the next goal. I didn't see anybody's body language tell me that they didn't think we weren't going to get one. So, and we could have had more than the one as well. So, that's what pleased me the most, because last week, after we let one in on Tuesday, we just folded. And we let the stupidest goal in from a long goal kick. You could see where it was going, and two of their blokes outrun our lads, and our goalie didn't even come and get it. So that was bitterly disappointing. So, you get ups and downs in life, and we've had a terrible, terrible few days, but I'm so proud. We've talked about Harry, we've talked about Harrison. We're going to try and do this for us, and I thought you saw that out there, and the crowd responded brilliantly to the way we were trying to play.
We were talking about it off camera. The first goal that we scored this afternoon, some lovely football being played within that midfield, transition into the forward line, a really fantastic goal.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to try and do now. And to be able to execute it as well as that and get the finish. We did a couple of other ones where we should have and could have finished. I thought Glatz, how he retrieved that one down the end, squared it to Aaron, who then bounced it over or played it over. That should have been a goal, but we broke away from them nearly scoring. So we look like we have that extra dimension where we can run and we can chase and I got some other people I haven't even used yet. So it's trying to get that balance without Ollie Clark, without Harry Smith, without James Ball, without Harrison Minton, who I was going to get out on loan. And, you know, all of these things, you need your team to grow. You need them to understand. And an awful lot of that game has made me so proud. There you go.
You talk about those injuries that you've got, particularly in defence, so that gave an opportunity for Philosophe Mabey to make his first start this afternoon, putting his head in there late in the game as well to win a free kick, needing to, you know, make those strong headers as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we've got him from a Premier League academy set up, and I guarantee you they don't do much heading, and they do a lot of passing, and you could see that he was comfortable with it. So that's what I want to do. I'm very pleased for him, and again, we got to move on. There were some brilliant performances, absolutely brilliant performances. Particularly, thought Finley looked excellent. Tom Wilson-Brown looks way beyond his years. And Snowden, wow, some of the stuff he's got. So, and my bench looked good as well, and the people I put on, and I've got to say, well done to Billy Bowden. Bit of stardust on the top of it all, and he said I had to do it, Gaffer, because it was I made the mistake for the corner. And where we are, we don't really want Billy Bowden doing stuff on corners against us, do we? So I'm going to have a good look at who I put back and what we might have to do against that, because, you know, we have weaknesses and we got to make sure that they don't hurt us. So, but well done to Bill. I know he's got that in him. He's much fitter, he's much sharper now, and I thought you could see it. So, Butterworth as well when he's come on. So I'm delighted with everybody's performance, Prince. It's nice to have, even losing those players, it's nice to have the strength that I've got when I look behind me. Yeah, Billy Kirkman's come on. Wow, shows how mature he is now. You know, he looks like a senior pro, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? And I think he's only the same age as Mabete and Munro and Wilson-Brown. So wow, how well is he maturing? You know. So great to have him back. But really, really pleased for everybody here today. Particularly the chairman, who's over. It was terrible that we lost the other day. Terrible to lose Harry, who he cares about so well and so strongly. And I just can't thank him enough. I'm so pleased to be his boss and trying to get him the accreditation I think he needs. The support I've had here right now has never been as good in my life, ever. Ever. Not in any other club. So I'm so proud to be his manager.
You mentioned it already. Let's talk about that winning goal in added time. You talk about the reaction from the goal that you concede so late in the game after some fantastic defending throughout the game, but for that move with Gav Kilkenny bring that ball all the way forward, and then the finish from Billy Bowden. It must feel good to grab that goal. Yeah,
I see it every day in training, so I know how good they are. Even last year when I first came in, I said that these players are much better than this, but it's all right saying that. It's getting them to understand the roles and the physicality of this league, and then be able to get it down and pass and move like that. What can I say? We'll do a bit of finishing, we'll do a bit of working, we'll do a bit of other stuff. We'll make some patterns. We'll have to change patterns because people have changed how they play against us, but we're going to pass and move. We're going to actually try and enjoy our football and make sure that we get rid of these mistakes. And we might have to get somebody else in to help us. So we have to watch this space.